Pakistan is currently grappling with severe pollution. In early November, Lahore's air quality reached a staggering AQI of 1,900. That's a whopping 196 times the level recommended by the World Health Organization. But pollution isn't the only thing causing a cloud over Pakistan. The country's economy is struggling too. In an effort to spur growth, the central bank slashed its key policy rate by 250 basis points to 15% on November 4, more than anyone expected. This move is part of a series of cuts since June, totaling 700 basis points over 4 reductions. The State Bank of Pakistan believes this monetary policy stance will help stabilize prices and keep inflation within the 5 to 7% target range. The IMF had approved a $7 billion facility in September to support Pakistan's economy for the next 37 months. This financial boost aims to help the country navigate its economic challenges. In mid-October, Pakistan hosted the SCO summit, where Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif made a fervent appeal to shore up economic stability.
Let us use this opportunity to exchange ideas, share best practices, and forge concrete action plans that will benefit our economies and our societies.
On the sidelines of the SCO summit, China said that it was willing to expand economic and trade cooperation, but added that they believe Pakistan will make every effort to ensure the safety and security of Chinese personnel, institutions and projects in Pakistan. Chinese personnel have been the targets of terror attacks, the most recent being on November 5, when 2 Chinese nationals were shot at and injured in Pakistan's commercial hub of Karachi. India's External Affairs Minister attending the SCO summit also sent a positive signal to Pakistan that could over time benefit the Pakistani economy, with the obvious rider.
I think we've reached a stage where we have an impulse for fresh thinking on the India-Pakistan relationship. The only possible deal breaker is terrorism.
The International Monetary Fund is sending a review team to Pakistan ahead of schedule to check on the country's progress with the USD 7 billion bailout package they agreed on last month. Pakistan is working hard to meet its budget targets and tackle economic challenges. Initially, the IMF staff report set the review date for March 15, 2025 and the end of December 2024 for a performance and continuous criteria review. However, they're moving things up to get an early look at how things are going. The Federal Board of Revenue in Pakistan fell short of its revenue collection target, and provincial governments, notably Punjab, missed their cash surplus goals due to overspending. The Finance Ministry's report highlighted a significant shortfall, $650 million or 53% in the provincial cash surplus target of $1.23 billion USD. The government's efforts to support the FBR goal of collecting PKR 10 billion or about 36 million USD from traders were unsuccessful, missing the target by nearly 99.99%. In a bid to boost the economy, the policy rate cut is expected to help crucial sectors like manufacturing, consumer goods, construction and textiles, all of which are currently operating below optimum capacity. Analysts warn that inflation may rise again in 2025 due to increasing electricity prices and new taxes on the retail, wholesale and farm sectors, set to take effect in January. The Economic Brief, DD India. And Sanjay Katuria, Senior Fellow at the Center for Social and Economic Progress, who tracks economic growth in South Asia, among other interests, continues to be with us. Dr. Katuria, is Pakistan making a serious effort to comply with IMF conditions? Or, are these conditions just unrealistic for Pakistan?
I think Pakistan is certainly making a very serious effort. There is no doubt about it. And the politicians have talked about it being the last program of the IMF, although that is very unlikely. Pakistan has been to the IMF more times, 25 times to be precise, more than any other country that I know of, even more than Argentina. The problem is, I think, as I wrote in a recent piece in Project Syndicate, is I believe there is a fundamental sustainability issue with Pakistan's debt, especially external debt. That is the problem, the
right.
External debt. Yeah.
So indeed, the Chinese projects too they are not progressing because of the security issue there. So how much of an impediment do you think terrorism is to the Pakistan economy that prevents investments coming in?
Well, I think there is a security issue certainly for the China-Pakistan economic, so-called the CPEC projects.
Yes.
Pakistan's investment rate is about 12% of GDP, right? India and Bangladesh is about 31% of GDP, right? So the investment is very low. Certainly, the security is an issue. But I think they have even more fundamental problems than those in order to really get their economy growing on a sound track. I think they have problems of crony capitalism. There is an elite capture in the way the economy is conducted. There is an undue influence of the army, the Fauji Foundation on economic issues. And I think they don't engage, the fact that they don't engage with India on the economy really hurts the Pakistani economy gravely.
So what do you think? I mean, is there a chance of their engaging with India economically? What's the best way for Pakistan to become creditworthy again? You can see that, they can't stop spending because they need to spend to keep the economy going. And their revenue aspects are just not working. We're not even able to, tax the traders. It was a 100% failure, that attempt to try and raise revenues from there.
So I think they have to, according to me, although obviously the Pakistani officials may not agree, but I think they have to restructure their debt like Sri Lanka did, and to make it more sustainable, to reduce the burden of both external and domestic debt. I know there are issues, but I think it is better to have an orderly debt restructuring than to have a chaotic one, which will cause more hardship to the people and to the economy. That is number one, most fundamental issue. Second is introduce competition in the economy. The third thing is engage with India, because if they do, at full potential, their exports to India can go up by 80%. And of course, India's exports to Pakistan will also increase very significantly. Don't forget that Bangladesh is a top 10 market for India. Pakistan, if it grew to its full potential, could become even bigger than that. So I think there is a lot of potential. There is a lot of exciting, possibilities of entrepreneurship. They have, significant product lines, some comparative advantages in a wide range of products, sports goods, medical equipment, certain parts of the auto supply chain, services, freelancing. So there is a lot of stuff going on. There is a lot of possibilities, but I think we have to allow the people to be unleashed, right? Right now, there is too many constraints on proper functioning, and there is an onerous sort of crowding out of economic activity because of the preemption of military expenditure and of interest payments.
We leave it there. Thank you very much, Dr. Sanjay Katuria, Senior Fellow at the Center for Social and Economic Progress. Thanks for your insights.